Hi, I'm Lulu from Strands of Love, and this is our first episode and trial video of CNC, Chat and Create. And today I'll be teaching you the simplest way to make a bow tie, and you can use that method to make a hair bow as well. So today we're going to be talking about first impressions. Yeah, for instance, what did you think when you first saw my face on this video, right? Yep. Were you like, oh, okay, she's a bubbly woman. Oh, okay, she's, that kind of thing. So, to make a bow tie or a hair bow, you have to have like a fabric. I had already used this, so that's why it looks a little bit scrunchy or something. But usually you would measure the length. Now that depends on how big you want your hair bow or your bow ties. Like for instance, look at this. If this is short, then the size of the bow will be smaller, a little bit smaller than this. Okay, so and also the length. Now the width determines how big your hair bow or your bow tie is going to be. So you basically measure that, the length and the width on the fabric you want to use. So this we call this German print or sheshe. I'm from Botswana. Yes, so it's like a traditional fabric or something. After measuring and cutting out, I would advise, if you have, put on this white thing is I forgot the correct name, but it actually helps to give your fabric that weight that it needs, because I've realized over the years that sometimes when you just use fabric like that, it would affect the quality of the bow tie or the hair bow, because depending on how you're going to be storing it, if the fabric is just, it doesn't have that thing, it's going to be folded in some way at some point. But if it has this I really forgot the name of this fabric. You just iron this on top of the fabric you want to use, so it helps it to stay in shape. Yeah, so let's talk about first impressions, right? So when I first saw a bow tie or a hair bow, I was like, ooh, okay, that is so hard to make, but I've come to realize that it's easy to make. So after measuring, you fold this in half to find the middle, and then you fold from one side. Okay, we're folding the width one side and the other side, so they kind of like meet in the midpoint like that, and then you fold on the lengthy side. So this now gives you, you're almost there, you see. Yeah, so I wanted to say that sometimes we can meet people when they're hungry, and we would think that people are mean or they just don't want to talk to us or something. But I've come to realize over the years that sometimes first impressions are wrong. Yeah, because sometimes you can meet somebody in their high spirits. Maybe they just drank Coca-Cola, that's it, and tomorrow when they're quiet, you're like, oh, I thought you were actually a bubbly person. No, they just drank Coca-Cola or Zobo, whichever drink that they drink. Yeah, but I just wanted to say that sometimes first impressions should not have to last forever, because they may be wrong. They are conditional, they are subjective to sometimes people can be going through stuff. It's not all the time that I'm bubbly, I'm laughing, I'm smiling, and it's not all the time that I'm crying or grumpy or something. No, it's seasonal. So depending on how you meet me, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to conclude on that. So you have to learn, you have to stay and actually get to know me. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is that after you've folded the sides, you just fold a little bit like that on top, and then like you just keep on folding it or putting it together. See, we almost have our bow tie there. And then you see, if you saw this thing the first time, you'll be like, oh, that's trash, but it actually has good use. So first impressions are not always right. So I'm going to use this little thread just to help me hold this bow tie like that. You can actually use it like a thread to sew this thing through to hold it, but I'm just using that leather fabric that I had shown you. Yeah. And then to put the strap, okay, this is, it's at the back of my bow or the front. Anyway, depending on whichever side you want to use. Let me show you. Let's assume this is the back of the bow tie. You're going to put your strap. You just hold it, or you can sew it down, and then I guess this would be our front. So you just put a fabric there, and voila, you're almost done. Yeah. So what you're gonna do is that at the back, you are going to usually you would cut a fabric like that, right? You just fold it just a little bit like that so that it's neat. And then I didn't cut this. Oh, let me just cut it. I didn't cut it because I'm actually making some bow ties and hair bows at the moment, so I just wanted to use that. Okay, so this would be our back, and our front, the front is facing me. So at the back, you just fold the tip. It's just to hide the part where you cut so that it doesn't frail over time. And then you do the same with the other side, and yeah, it will be something like this. And then you just sew these two together, this part and this part. You just sew them together, and voila, you would have your front like that. And you see, it's the same thing. It's very easy to make. So that's it for our CNC today. First impressions are not always correct. Therefore, it's not always that you should conclude on situations or on people based on first impressions. Ciao!